Welcome back, everyone. I am the Depressed Eeyore, and this is Darkest Dungeon. Alright, we're going to the Weald with this entire team of fodder. So, what could go wrong? And this guy has tons of HP. He has 40 HP, and hopefully those heals will help out. A good alternative, though, is to go with the Blood Charm so he can have more bleed resistance, because he has practically none. But your bleed is only 1, so it's not a big deal. Alright, let's go. Provisions. We start out with holy water and medicinal herbs. We need at least a bandage, at least 1 anti-venom, 2 keys, 2 shovels, about 12 food, just in case, and then about 7 torches, just in case. Yeah, that should be fine. Let's go ahead and embark.
Corruption has soaked the soil, sapping all good life from these groves. Let us burn out this evil.
Great, right off the bat, already a blockade.
Nature herself.
I don't know what's beyond here is the big issue.
To the spreading corruption, malformed with misintent. Wealth beyond measure.
Got some extra
to
food.
The brave and the foolhardy alike.
Alright, we wasted a shovel. But we did get some extra food at least. Oh, that's right, you're compulsive.
If only treasure could staunch the flow of otherworldly corruption.
Alright. Yoink. Dohamal's not going to be doing much damage, but he will get some riposte. Oh, come on! I had that set up perfectly for you, Vayne.
Continue the onslaught. Destroy them all.
Yay for that AoE. Alright, could have gone better, but that's fine. God, we're just getting brutalized here. Alright, let's get the heals going. 12, nice. And resist the bleed. You're dead.
Press this advantage. Give them no quarter.
Drop those down so he can reach.
Their formation is broken. Maintain the offensive.
Alright, we need to get some heals going. We'll put some on you. 10, nice. And you resisted the bleed. And a crit heal, wow. Unfortunately, we took a lot of AoE damage,
Confidence surges as the enemy crumbles.
but overall not too bad.
Success so clearly in view. Or is it merely a trick of the light?
Okay, bandages to protect us, ourselves to search this. And torch. Alright. Some merciful incantations and some slimes.
Another one falls. As the fiend falls, a faint hope blossoms.
But I should have stunned, but it didn't matter, I would have missed. Heal yourself, please. Alright. I can't hit anything. There we go. There we go. And now you're bleeding. Come on, guys. You guys gotta do better than this. Alright. You were doing so well, and now you're gonna get freaking traumatized. So much for the freaking mark, it's not doing anything. There we go.
Seize this momentum. Push
Okay,
on
take a look
to
at
the
this.
task's end.
There you go. Reduce some stress. That's good news. Alright, well, both routes are annoying. Use our last shovel. Yoink.
Well struck.
Alright, luckily I have this Holy Lance attack, which I can use in the back rows. Alright, good stuff. Vayne, don't screw up. Thank you.
Precision and power. This expedition at least promises success.
Alright, chest here. Anti-venom can work with this, or we can use a key. I'm just gonna use a key.
A fort
And we got a key back.
waiting
Works
to be
out.
spent.
Dodge the trap, that's good. Unfortunately, all those incantations have killed our torchlight. And we don't know what that bottom room is, but we'll go up first. We have no bandages, but you're gonna mess with it anyway. Luckily there's nothing. Hunger again. Sheesh, that
Terrible
hurts.
assault cannot be left unanswered.
Alright, he's almost dead, so the next blanket fire will kill him. Two hit points. Well, better than nothing.
Prodigious size alone does not dissuade the sharpened blade.
Alright, you need to heal yourself, man. This ain't working. Alright. Alright. That kind of stabilized us. Okay.
These nightmarish creatures can be felled. They can be beaten.
Grave Robber Satchel, not too bad. I'm gonna go ahead and check what's over here real quick. Nothing visible, it looks like. Alright, we're gonna go south real quick just to see if there's anything worth grabbing. Most likely nothing. It's alright, I can take those. Alright, Cytokinesis makes a duplicate.
Back to the pit. Begone, fiend.
Okay, some extra money.
As victories mount, so too will resistance.
Alright, and we can grab this. Alright. Little extra money.
Driving out corruption is an endless battle, but one that must be fought.
That went pretty well, despite the fact we kept missing a bunch. But we did get a lot of stress as well. Tuckered Out does reduce damage when below half-life. That kind of sucks.
I remember days when the sun shone, and laughter could be heard from the tavern.
Alright. Alright, Conoco. send you to some prayer. What else we got going on? Early Riser, Ruins Adventurer. Nice scouting chances. Let's get rid of the Ruins Phobe. Only costs $750 to get rid of it if it's not locked in. Okay, what do we got for fodder? Another Crusader. This one actually has some healing abilities, nothing too fancy though. No stun, no zealous accusation, just pretty much just got smite and that's it. Well, we'll grab you anyway.
A mighty sword arm anchored by holy purpose. A zealous warrior.
Alright, cool. Seems like this video feels a bit shorter, but I don't know, I lose track of time when I'm fighting combats and all that stuff. Anyway, so for those who are not keeping track, the reason I'm like playing the way I am is I'm trying to focus purely on upgrading the things that lower cost for upgrades. Sorry, I think I just said upgrades a bunch. So the primary ways to get stronger in this is through upgrading your skills and upgrading your equipment. And then some minor ways is of course through the treatment board. All three of those locations are very expensive when you use them a bunch, especially early on in the game. So what I'm focusing on is upgrading the tertiary traits, I guess you can call them, that just lower prices. So that's why I've been focusing on things like training regiment and stuff and not actually purchasing anything. I'm going to be doing the same thing when I actually start upgrading the wagon, and same thing when I start upgrading the camp. I focus on reducing prices before anything else. You can kind of do that with the stress relief too, but stress relief isn't that expensive and you don't really need to use it that much, especially if you have a lot of camps, or a lot of missions that use camps. So that's kind of the focus, is just using all this, reduce the prices, then focus on upgrades. And since I'm not really focusing on any upgrades, most of these characters are expendable. For the most part, I'll probably be focusing on female characters just because it kind of just shows some various builds that just use only females. But since obviously I want to show off the other classes, I'm essentially using the males as fodder in this first phase of my plan to just get resources, upgrade our town, and then once that's done, these guys will be dropped off and I'll be upgrading all these other characters that actually have names that I've assigned. So that's the intention and that's the plan. So it also forces, for this first phase it kind of forces me to use a variety of characters with a variety of abilities, because once I start using these various Touhou characters and stuff, I'll have very focused specific builds. Now there'll definitely be some variety, but obviously I won't be using Crusaders and Man-at-Arms once I get to that point though. Anyway, I don't think I've read any of the recent journals that we picked up, so let's go ahead and do that real quick.
In time, you will know the tragic extent of my failings.
Yeah, we actually have a few journal entries we haven't read yet, so I'll go ahead and go through those real quick. Alright, we got that one. Done that one. Okay. The Blackest of Fates. Our purpose was to desecrate their animalistic shrines and thus disperse the swine folk, but soon we came across an artifact. This was far beyond the crude fetishes crafted by the pigmen. It looked as if obsidian had been grown and twisted into a dark symbol of worship. It cradled a pulsing red orb, glowing with malevolent light. Cuthbert, Bolin, and I hesitated, but thrice damned Mizir, driven by crazed impulse, thrust his torch in a hidden receptacle and thus sealed our fates. Oh, that's actually interesting. What these things are doing, besides just telling the fates of people who died, it actually tells you hints about what to use on certain curios. This is letting you know if you use a torch on that weird orb that we see every once in a while, you'll be in some trouble. Which is good, because honestly, there's not really that much that tells you what you need to use on a lot of things. I think there were a few other situations where that was mentioned as well. Anyway, the assault was overwhelming, with Cuthbert slain, and as Bolin fell, I was driven by rage. I leapt and drove my axe into the creature's many eyes. Purple ichor splashed my face, and my very soul shook as it bellowed. The only thing I can recall after was falling swiftly into blackness. Okay, we read that one already. Oh, okay, so we got a new one on this one. The wound is starting to fester. The flesh around it is gray, flaky, and rigid, almost scale-like. As I write this, my breathing has taken on a hollow timbre and is more labored. My compatriots are laughing and tell me not to worry. It's just the salt mist in the air that pervades these caverns. And that's it. So yeah, we got there was only 2 more that we hadn't read yet. Anyway, let's go ahead and take a look at what we can embark on. Also, what's really good about this sort of grinding mode that we're in is it's going to get us a little bit of exploration here and unlock some of the bosses ahead of time for us. Sunshine in the Thicket. I've never done that. So yeah, it's one of those events again. Plague Doctor only. This would give him more accuracy. That's actually pretty handy. Book of Constitution. Diseased Herb. Alright, it's either we go for the event, which I kind of want to see what it does. I don't know what Sunshine in the Thicket does. I'm probably sure it's just going to give us another buff for the wield or something like that. And over here we got the Warrior's Bracer. Okay, I think next time we'll probably go ahead and get that Plague Doctor sensor, because that'll be pretty useful. Anyway, I am The Depressed Eeyore, and this was Darkest Dungeon. See you guys later.